Valentina, right here. Congratulations on another title defense. So now that the dust has settled and you reflected on the fight, what are the emotions going through your head right now?
Emotion, I did everything that I had to do. I had challenged fight, and I had all distance 5 rounds, and this is exactly what I wanted. Opponent who are like not giving up from the first seconds, going like to the end, and like in this kind of fight, you kind of like can really show what you're made of, your character, your mindset. It kind of like get what is yours, victory. No matter how hard, no matter how difficult, it's like showing who you are. So I'm happy.
Well, going off of that, like we've seen dominant champions before that have kind of just ran through their competition, and people always say, well, what happens when they get pushed? Like, can they push through that? Do they have that? So while you may have not gotten the finish, is this like one of the better case scenarios that you did have this grueling and grinding difficult win?
Yes, you cannot predict knockouts. You cannot predict submission. You just have to make sure you had like the best training camp you ever had, because every next single challenge, it's not going to be easier one. It's going to be more tougher and tougher. And I'm happy to fight with the best ones who really had this like mindset to go and challenge for their victories. And as I mentioned, this is only one way to show that you are a real champion. And this is like, I'm in martial arts almost 30 years. Next year is going to be exactly 30 years what I do martial arts. So it means a lot. And it's my mindset. This is what I really think about, like not looking at the fight as like easy opponents. Every time get ready for the most, and working toward like everything that you have to do to get the victory.
And she obviously had some success with the takedown. She took your back a few times. She had good scrambles, and you escaped the submission attempts and everything. But did she do anything that surprised you in there that maybe caught you off guard?
It was everything that we were looking into her previous fight. So she did exactly the same what she was doing. Nothing surprised me, and I really didn't have any position. Even when she was on my back, I didn't feel trouble when you kind of like, oh my God, this is tight, and you have to work on your character to escape this. So no, there was not. And more than that, she kind of like was inactive, and me being even in that position, I was like striking, and I feel the power of the strike, and I felt how she reacts because it was hurting her. And this is what counts the most in mixed martial arts: damage. And through the fight, like going from round to round, you could see like more damage showing on her face more and more. And this is kind of like, no matter what position, you have to work your job. You have to work your things, what to do. The only other thing that it's weight difference. Weight, it was kind of like notable that she was big. And I don't know, maybe it's the structure what we have here, kind of like 2 nights after the weigh-in to replenish the food, to gain more weight, because coming into this fight, into the arena, my weight was 130 pounds. Yeah, and I didn't gain almost nothing. And she looked like was kind of like bigger. Maybe this was why she had a little bit more success on taking the position. But the same as I mentioned, she was not active, even like just holding position, but being not active, it doesn't mean you're gonna win the fight. Me being on the ground, being on the like other position, I felt constantly striking, and working towards the victory.
And then when they read the judges' scorecards, it was a split decision. One judge had her winning the fight. Did any part of you, were you worried at all that maybe the split decision would go her way instead of yours?
At that moment and that position, I knew, and this is my mindset, that I know some fighters, they kind of like, even between the rounds, they're like, how do you think, who's going to win this round? They're asking their corners. But to avoid this situation, you have to work. You don't have to think, maybe it was your way, maybe it was other way. You have to work every single second before the fight ends. And this is what I did. I worked till the last second of the fight to get my victory, to get my hands raised up. Definitely when it's score, when it's judges, you never know. But if you work out everything that you have and left your heart and soul in the fight, you would be proud of yourself, no matter what.
And last one for me. I don't know. I'm sure you saw it was the fight before you, but Joanna Jędrzejczyk retired after her loss to Weili. I'm just wondering, like you said at Media Day, you've known her since even before you were in mixed martial arts. So can you reflect on her career as a fighter and a fellow champion as well?
I think about Joanna that she is truly martial artist, and she's been in martial arts for so many years, and it's amazing. She is an amazing example for many people, inspiration for many women to do martial arts, to be successful, to be powerful. And you know, in our lives, we kind of like have this kind of person that we are going parallel all the time. I know Joanna since 2006. This is the first time when we fought together. We every time was opponents. In my Muay Thai career, even here in UFC, we had a fight. So, but these fights, this rivalry, it's made us gain respect of each other. I know how hard she's worked. I know how dedicated she is as a person. And I just have true respect to her, and she deserves all love of the fans. And it's another chapter on her career, and I think she will be the same successful as she was in mixed martial arts, in all martial arts.
Hi, Valentina, right here. Congratulations on the win. A lot of people seem to feel that Taila kind of lost something when that clash of heads happened and her eyes started swelling up. Did you notice a change in her at all after that moment? She said she was seeing two of you after that point.
She said she was seeing two of me. That's funny. It's just like, I don't know that it was that point when she started to break down, but I feel like when you feel pressure and when you feel that your opponent is not giving up and willing to fight till the end, this is what like brought this breakage into her. And definitely when it's constantly, it's 5 rounds, it's 25 minutes, and it's not just one strike. It's just not something just one. It's constantly hitting, and it's affecting how they going into one, into the second, and the third, and this is definitely all the strikes that happened into the fight. It was because of that.
And you've been extremely dominant in this division, but there's some people out there, including the one judge who do think you lost this fight. Is it good for the division to have this happen, to have a competitive fight now? Maybe people think there is people out there that can beat you, and that brings more interest.
Maybe they can think they can beat me, but they cannot. Even in the hard position, champion's mindset, it's every time will be on top. And this is what I have. As I mentioned, like being in martial arts for 30 years, it's make me hard opponent, very hard. So even they think they can, but they cannot.
I just had one more, and then we'll let you go. You said you were 130 pounds tonight. What does this result at all change your desire to go up to 135? Do you still want to see what happens with with Juliana and Amanda?
Yes, it's still something that I really consider. But also I have to mention that July we have in flyweight amazing fight between two very strong fighters. It's Lauren Murphy and Miesha Tate. So it's gonna be amazing fight, and I think if Lauren Murphy got the victory, rematch maybe, but not that soon. Miesha Tate wins the fight. And I think this is what fans are gonna love to see. And end of the year, pay-per-view, main event, I think it's gonna be great. But still, like another option is Juliana and Amanda in bantamweight. And once it's gonna be kind of like more towards finalizing, I will start to work on like building my body a little bit heavier, a little bit, just a little bit, to not to lose the speed. And yeah, it's a lot of options for me. So just to choose which one.
Valentina, just going off the back of that, you mentioned you came into the fight tonight not that heavy. Have you ever thought about maybe going down to strawweight, winning the title there, then going up to 135 to try and win 3 belts?
You know, seeing how girls was struggling, like Joanna, Bailey, in their weight cut, and I was like, oh my God, I have to refuse of all the food what I had during this week, and it's, I feel good in my natural class. I feel good in in flyweight, because yeah, even like fighters Taila, they are heavier than like other girls, but even it's kind of like, that's okay, it's bring like on the table a challenge, a good challenge. And yeah, have to think, really have to think. I'm not discarding that opportunity, but it's kind of like less likely at the moment.
You start in the movie Bruised with Halle Berry. Can you talk a little bit about if that's something that you want to pursue, even also in the future, have more projects, maybe even have something going on right now?
I would love to, yes. It was amazing experience to work with Halle Berry. She's an amazing person, amazing actress, amazing director. And I definitely would love to continue this path, this way, like all my life, and do it. I don't see it challenging to do it like in the same time between the fights. I see it's completely doable, and I'm willing to do that, and I know that it's gonna be not any distraction for my fights. And I don't know, I have to come back and maybe ask Halle to do Bruce too. I think she would love to do that.
So during this time, I mean, it sounds like you became really close friends. Have you kept this up, your friendship with her since doing this movie together?
Yes, always. As I mentioned, she's an amazing person. She's supports all mixed martial arts. She truly loves sport, boxing. She loves martial arts and everything. And you kind of like feel that it's very sincere. And yes, after my fight, she every time calling me, congratulate me, and every time she's like sending the best vibes. And it's amazing. It's amazing to have this friend that truly love what you are doing.
That's awesome. Just one thing, after the fight, I think a lot of people were expecting the dance and everything. Well, can you shine a little bit of light on that?
Yes, I was ready to do that, but you know, coming into the fight, I was injured. My foot was injured. In all week, fight week, UFC Performance Institute, physical therapist, Heather, Tara, they was working on my foot to get it back into the best shape. And few kicks that I had like super strong, and it's injured my foot. That's why kind of like I was willing to dance, but I don't know. We will have to do X-ray. I hope it's nothing serious that could delay my return to the Octagon. But this is the reason why I didn't dance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just one going off that. Did you ever, how serious was the injury? Did you ever consider pulling out of the fight?
Actually, no. Considering to pulling out of the fight, never. I was, every time when I have something, I try to deal with that first. And actually, I could not walk on my feet when I got this injury, and I couldn't jump on it. Yes, but like, thankfully to the PT, to Heather, to Tara, they were able to get me back that I kind of like felt okay. And definitely when you are in the fight, you with all this adrenaline and you just kick no matter what. And then like you kick and then you think what's gonna happen.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, Valentina, just talking about your injury, right? So are you looking to take some time off to heal and to take some time off, or are you thinking of healing and going back into training camp?
Depends of the injury. After X-ray we're gonna do, it's gonna reveal what kind of injury is that. I hope it's not serious and it's just like something that can heal week or two. And because next fight next training camp, it's for my sister, Antonina. She's gonna fight July 9th in Las Vegas, so I have to be in her training camp. I have to help her as well, the same way that she helped me and the same way she supported me. I have to be for her as she was for me this training camp.
And on top of that, I just want to ask, are you looking to fight again this year, or are you looking to maybe start off the year fresh next year, maybe moving up and fighting for another belt?
No, I want to fight. I want to fight this year, and if I can fight twice, it's going to be amazing. And I never looking for like longer layoff. Only sometimes it's happened because some injuries what you have to deal. But yes, definitely, I want to continue my journey in martial arts and see the limit as martial artists. Because if we are not putting in our heads the limit, there is no one.
All right, congratulations on tonight, and I hope your next fight, I hope you
Thank
get
you.
that next belt.
Thank you. Thank you so much.